Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. Well, I shouldn't say good morning, but good day to everybody who's watching from where you're watching, from other parts of the world. So, welcome back to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wall. And for those of you that are new to my page, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, and brain injury, also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from literally all across the world. And so I am truly honored to introduce a very special guest here, Chiara, and her journey is nothing short of an inspiring what she's been through. Just at 2 years, 10 months old, Chiara experienced a stroke, something that most of us can't imagine happening as a child. But today, 32 or 30, Chiara, I apologize in advance, but she's here with us to share her story of resilience, growth, and hope from her earliest memories of recovery to the incredible life she has built. Chiara's story is a reminder of strength that lives within every survivor. So please join me and welcome Chiara to the show. And also, if you have not subscribed or liked my show, please hit the like button, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So let's bring on Chiara.
Hi.
Hi there. Did I butcher your age?
No, you may be 2 years older. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I put on the scroller here Chiara's YouTube channel. So please look on YouTube and check it out. You're going to be totally inspired. And I appreciate you guys being here. So anyway, Chiara, you're from the UK.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is kind of it is amazing that you had your stroke at 2 years, 10 months old.
Yeah. So I had my stroke when I was 2 and 10 months. So yeah, I don't really have much memory of that
Yeah, just
at all. As you can imagine, if you had a stroke, if you remember when you were two, like I don't have any memory of being two.
right, right. Wonder what do your parents do they tell you about it?
My parents were very much like, growing up, they weren't like, if you want to discuss it, we will, but we won't like make it a thing
Right.
unless we had to go to the hospital, which I went a lot.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be like,
yeah,
you can talk about it. If you don't, when you're ready, you can talk about it. So I now know, but when I was younger, I didn't really know.
yeah. I just wonder how it's what it's like to be a stroke survivor at that age as a child growing up through it. I mean, because I know a lot of people are going to ask.
So I think because I was a child, I don't really have. I think because it's all I've ever known. Like I don't remember ever being able to use two hands.
Right,
I don't have that memory. So I don't really know what it's like. I just grew up with it, and my parents were very much like, "You have a disability, but we'll get on with it." But there will
right,
be some adaptations, but they weren't like, they didn't kind of treat me differently to my older brother because they were very much like, you need to be able to go outside and like live your life and stuff.
right,
So
right,
I've kind of never really known any difference. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, because I don't have any memory of being two-handed.
right.
But yeah, it's kind of a bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. But you actually drive. You drive.
Yes, I do drive.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's awesome. And you have no use of your right hand typically, or
No, I have no use. So my right hand, this hand, I have like no use. I can't really. I have no grip dexterity, so I can't go like that. How you can with this hand, I can't open and close it. It doesn't really work.
right, right.
I have probably this much movement.
Wow,
That's it.
I mean that's great though, and that's better than not using it at all. But and you mentioned you because I do it every once in a while, not as much as you, Botox, and that helps.
Yeah, so I've been having Botox since I was 11 years old.
Wow.
And they tried a lot of different things, but they settled on Botox. And I have it every 6 months to like help, almost like relax the muscles in my arm. Because
Right.
currently my arm is really good because it's been like 2 months since I've had my Botox. But if they leave it, if it goes to like 7 months, it goes like this, and then it goes in a position that most people can't get that other hand in.
Yep.
So I've been having that because it's the only thing that helped. I mean, they've tried a lot of other things. We're also now trying FES. Do you know what that is?
The stimulation.
Yeah, like the functional, yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying that alongside the Botox, which is actually helping, which I'm very surprised about because I'm like nothing. I'm very much, because I've seen so many doctors, I'm very much like nothing helps anymore.
Right.
Like, so I go in with a bit of a like, I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll give it a go. And then FES does actually work, and it seems to help. But because my arm is so tight, because the muscles in my arm are too tight, normally when you have a stroke, they go the opposite.
Absolutely.
Like too loose.
Right.
It's very dystonic. So they could put Botox in a particular place, but then the arm might go in a different position, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, we won't do that muscle again.
Right.
So it's very much a balancing act of figuring out which muscle, even with the FES, because they could stimulate one muscle and then my arm will suddenly go up here, and I'll be like, well, that's not really what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But you still do it. I mean, again, I just want to reiterate, I do put Chiara's YouTube channel, One Handed Life, and I'll tell you, I've watched so many of them, and looking at them, it's just like I've seen you use that stimulation on your arm, and so at least you're trying to get everything where, I mean, even the like putting the bun in your hair with that, I don't know what it's called, but the thing in your,
Oh, the French pin.
Yes,
It's
there
the
we
one
go.
I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the French pin. Yeah, that was a challenge. I don't think I'll be using that again.
Yeah. It's there's so many things that you're trying, which is I just wonder, when you went to school as a young child and on up, how did that go with school when because obviously I didn't have a stroke until I was way out of school. So I just wonder how that, did you, because typically when they have the stroke older, I mean, I've interviewed hundreds of people, and they say they've lost friends because of that. They didn't know how to deal with, like me or something.
So school was challenging from the educational side and the social side. So it depends on which side you want to know. I mean, I can tell you about both.
Yeah.
So school was, I think school was challenging because the educational side was challenging because I can't read. So because the part of my brain that's damaged from my stroke is the left side, which is like the side that you read from, I think. So I struggled with reading. So I had one-to-one support throughout my school, from primary school to secondary school.
Right.
And then I went to college. I did art and design at college. So I did have help, but it was slightly different help because it was more like cutting stuff out.
Right.
And then I went to university and did a degree, and I had help. But when I was younger, because I had one-to-one support in lessons, so my helper would sit next to me and she would read me the board and then write things down. I would dictate it. So if she said, she'd read me the question, and then I would say, like, she'd be like, what's the answer? And I would be like, and she would physically write it because we didn't have computers. We were handwriting stuff.
Right.
And then when I got to secondary school, the tech got slightly better. Have you ever tried Dragon Natural Dictate?
Dragging dictate.
Yeah, it's a program that you can get on your computer, and you can like speak to your computer and it writes it for you.
Yes. Yeah. I do that.
We tried that when I was at school. When I was at secondary school, I didn't like it. It didn't work for me. It wasn't as developed as it is now. This was like in 2010 probably.
Right.
Because I was like 15. So because they were trying to make me more independent at school, because that's always the goal as you go through your education, is to make you more independent.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they tried that. I didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I sometimes, well, I mumble my speech. I mess around with it, and when I still do it on my phone, do speak to text, and I'm constantly correcting my, so, but I still use it, just because my writing, my right side was my dominant side,
Oh
so
no.
you couldn't even read my handwriting in my left side. So I'm using that all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah.
yeah, there's a question here. I see that Kevin is asking, can you walk?
Yes, I can walk. I walk unaided, so I don't have anything.
That's great. That's good. Wow. Yeah, that's yeah, John, thank you for watching Chiara's videos last night. He just says to you, um,
Oh yeah.
um, so what was it? Um, do you did you feel, not always, so things come out wrong. Did you ever feel different from other kids? And if so, how did you handle that? If you didn't, you probably, because you didn't remember, you figured you were a normal young child.
I don't know if I ever felt different. I think I didn't like to be called disabled, and the only reason why I remember this is because my best friend and my oldest friends have pointed this out to me. They were like, "You hated being called disabled when you were a child. You hated it."
Yeah.
And they've only pointed out now as I've gotten older. So I think I didn't necessarily. I knew I was different. I think I knew deep down, but I think it was very much like I almost kind of like didn't want to talk about it. My friends were told I had a stroke and I have right side hemiplegia. That was the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
I wasn't having another conversation about it. And if they didn't want to be my friend, then that was their problem in my head. I was kind of a bit of an antsy child.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, well, did you I not compare. I never compare anyone's stroke because we're all different from what happened. Um, what I found, because I don't have a lot of people that had a stroke at your age. Did you feel? Because I know with us, it's kind of a. I did a show the other day on invisible, whatever it's invisible journey, because a lot of people have emotional issues, and by what, like I mentioned earlier, Jim, who's been watching your videos for I don't even know how long, but a long time, and he says you're probably the most positive person he's ever had. So just for the like us who are older, emotional issues hidden.
I don't think I ever really had any emotional issues. I think it was just growing up. I think
Yeah,
everyone has that.
that's awesome.
I've had a lot of comments being like, "You're very positive," and I think I quite like being positive because I feel like although it's quite a negative thing having a stroke, I
Right.
think you kind of have to not you have to be positive because that's hard. And I can imagine if you had a stroke, not at 2, and you can remember being put in an ambulance or all the things that happened in a hospital, that would be very terrifying. I can imagine having memories of that, but I don't. So I think maybe it's slightly easier because this is all I've ever known is being disabled. And I think when I was in my 20s, I wasn't as confident as being disabled as like having my stroke and being hemiplegia.
Right.
And I think I kind of was like, well, this is who you are. You're going to be stuck with this for the rest of your life. Well, that's what I thought in my head.
Ah,
And I was like, you can either be unhappy with who you are, or you can be happy and have a positive life and be positive and
yeah.
live the life that you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
I think
but
that's kind of how I thought about it, and then I think it kind of just got positive, and I kind of am I kind of try and not be so negative because I don't think it helps a situation. I mean, there's days. I think everyone has days, but I don't really like to also promote being negative. I know it's kind of a hard thing because it's like, do I promote it because there are days when I am, but then I don't like to do that because I think maybe they shouldn't see that. I don't know. I struggle with it too. But I am genuinely quite a positive person if you ask
yeah,
my friends or anyone.
yeah. But on your videos, you are. I mean, I agree with Jim about the positivity. It's just and you laugh at it. You laugh at what you're, some of the stuff you laugh at. I mean, watching you trying to do. I mean, I could never do that. The bun thing in your hair, and you laugh when the thing it doesn't work and it falls out. And, so I suggest everybody go to your YouTube channel because it's it's so positive, even if you are messing up with the hair. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think,
yeah,
yeah.
no, I know. So, are there any what was that thing? Any specific milestones or achievements that you're like really proud of?
Um, I think I'm really proud of, well, I think I'm really proud of starting my YouTube channel and
Yeah, I
like
know.
talking about my stroke on the internet because I think if you had told me when I was 14, this is what I would do, I would have said, no, that's not happening because I didn't talk to my friends about it. My friends said, I've learned things about your disability on your YouTube channel. And
Right.
I was like, why? And like, you didn't talk about it. So I think that's a big achievement for me. I think
Good.
another one was learning to drive a car. I think that was
Yeah.
big too.
Yeah. And I love the pictures of you. Uh, you showed you in the car, I think, and then you showed the ball and the turn signal on your hand. I mean, on that
Yeah.
little ball.
So I could have got it, but it's in my car. So on my steering wheel, I have like, well, you can take it on and off, but it's a steering ball and like an infrared system,
Yeah.
and they wire it to the car, and it has like indicators, lights, horn, windscreen wipers, and like windscreen washer, so you can like wash your windscreen wipers. So then I don't use the ones that are on the car. They're still on the car. I just don't use those. So then I
Right.
don't have to move my hand when as I'm turning the wheel. If I'm turning the wheel and turning left or
Yeah.
right,
Right.
I don't have to like move my hand to do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you have to bring this up here, Robin. I mean, really, your positiveness is awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what was there was so is there like which what method, well, you could do it to like even the parents or the um or us or anybody. What message would you give to parents or whose child had a stroke or just any survivors, young or old? What message would you um give?
That's such a hard question. I think it depends because it depends on whether or not you have a physical disability after your stroke. I think maybe like you can be independent,
Yeah.
and if you do have a physical disability, you'll have to do things differently to other people, but that's okay, but you will be able to do it. I think that probably, but that's such a hard question.
I know that was I know I have some typical questions but usually, you know, it always goes in a script, but it always goes south, just because we end up talking about other things. But if you can go back and talk to your younger Chiara, do you think you would say anything different or what you know now, I guess?
Um, I don't think there would be anything I would say that would be different. I don't think.
Because you didn't know.
No, because I didn't know exactly. So I
Yeah.
don't think I would, but I don't know. I don't think there would be. Because I think had I had something or gone different, would I then be here? Like you could technically play that
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
if it had been different.
Yeah. I'd love to know is what do you, I mean, I know with you, when, um, what did your parents or your friends think? Well, you were so young, you weren't in school, so you were a baby,
Yeah.
2 years, 10 months old. I mean, I wonder what your parents, I'm sure you talked about this with your parents. What did they think? Like it was caused by,
Chickenpox virus.
yes, yeah. I mean, I wonder what they thought or the doctors told them.
My parents were shocked. I think they didn't think it could happen.
Right.
And I think in England, we have a very lax, especially when I was growing up in the 90s, a very lax way of chickenpox. We had this thing called chickenpox parties in England.
Really?
So in the 90s, where like if one kid got it, they would send the children around, so all the children got chickenpox together
Really?
because they think chickenpox isn't as big as a deal as it is. It's they think you get a few spots, you're fine, which
Yeah.
most children are. I don't think my parents ever sent me to one of those. But it's quite common. You have. No, I don't know so much now, but when I was younger, it was. And I think my parents were shocked because they didn't think that you could have a stroke from a chickenpox like most people think that.
Right.
So I think they were probably shocked, and I think I don't really know. I've never actually asked how they felt. I've been told about the day, but we've never really discussed how they felt
Right.
on that day. So, but I can imagine shock thinking you have this child that's able-bodied and
Yeah.
she's gonna grow up and then she has a stroke. I can imagine that would be devastating. I don't know,
Yeah.
devastating maybe, or like that. I can imagine it was life-changing for my parents.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Do you remember? How do you remember? I could probably don't. Did your parents ever tell you how long you had to stay in the hospital?
Yeah. So I can tell you the whole day if you would like to hear that.
Perfect.
So my mum, I wasn't very well. I think the night before they couldn't get me to sleep. My mum thought I had the common childhood cold or whatever, what children
Yeah.
get. So my mum was like, she's not going to nursery, and my mum gave me Calpol. Do you know what Calpol is?
Is it a sleeping type or?
I think it's paracetamol. It's a form, and it's like pink, and it's kind of like you
I
take it
know.
on a
Yeah.
spoon. Yeah. So my mum gave me Calpol, and she put me to bed, and then I woke up in the morning. I still wasn't well. My mum was getting my older brother ready for school. I kind of like half passed out, but didn't like collapse in my brother's room, but was still there, but wasn't there.
Right.
So my parents, I think someone took my brother to school. I don't know who. Off you go. Bye. See you later. Because my brother was like 5 at this time, because he's like 18 months older than me. So my parents took me to the doctors, and I got to the pediatric. So it was just like a GP surgery. I got to the GP surgery, and I could no longer walk between my dad and the doctor. I was like limping, like dragging my right foot.
Right.
So this GP wrote a letter to the hospital that we lived nearby and rang the hospital and was like, this girl's coming, go to pediatrics, don't go to A&E because you'll get nowhere. So he wrote this letter really quickly. My parents drove me to pediatrics, the hospital where we lived. The hospital then said, I don't know, I think they looked at me, I was getting worse. They then put me in an ambulance to another hospital that was like 40 minutes away.
Right.
That had
Okay.
like, it's called John Radcliffe, and it's like a really good hospital if you have like brain injuries
Right.
in England. So they took me there in an ambulance, and then by the time I got there, I think it was bad. I think by the end of that day, I couldn't swallow. I was deteriorating very quickly.
Right.
And they ran so many tests. I had a lumbar punch, I think.
Right.
And they ran so many tests, I don't know how many. And then it was deteriorating. I was deteriorating very quickly. And then I spent 10 days in the John Radcliffe Hospital. And then somehow I managed to recover, and I walked out.
Wow.
I walked out 10 days later.
Wow. What a difference.
Yeah, it was quick. It was like, it started deteriorating, and then I think once they figured it out or something, I don't know.
Right. Right. Wow.
I think they ran a lot of tests and then found it was the chickenpox virus that caused my stroke, and then it went from there.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but you did go to therapy. Do they do outpatient there, or do they inpatient? How was your speech? Was that affected?
So I think my speech was, I think it was affected, but I was nearly 3, so I don't really
Yeah.
know. I think it probably was, but I know that I was meant to be right-handed, that my right hand was going to be my dominant hand.
Sure.
So I guess I was reaching for stuff that was right-handed. So I know that I had to relearn that, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, you're learning to speak then anyway, so
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Wow. Quite the little journey you're even currently on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know yes, Doug. You are amazing. Wow. Okay, you have someone John been watching your videos, and he likes because yeah, you had one. I saw that too. The one-handed or the cutting board that you use.
Oh, yeah, the cutting board with like the different bits, like the butter and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that something that ordered or you did it yourself, or your dad, or who knows?
Not my dad. My dad is not DIY. Sorry, Dad. He's not. I got sent that from a company. I think it was called, I want to say it was a couple of years ago. I think it's in the description of the video. I think they're called, I can't remember what they're called,
Yeah.
Cook something. It was a long time ago. But they asked if I would review it.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yeah.
yes. If you
Yeah.
send it to me, I'll review it.
Yeah. It's everything you do is probably in the descriptions of your YouTube channel, and
Yeah,
it's
a lot of it
one-handed
is.
life. So, or one-handed life. Chiara's. But I saw somebody else um, yeah, put that yeah, so Rose's wanted your YouTube channel, but it's in this scrolling down at the bottom.
At the bottom here.
Yeah, and let's see, there's one here too. Um, Yara's Yard. You are inspiration. When I was 3 years old, I survived EEE. Doctor said I would never walk, talk. Yes, I did both again, but had limits. Do what you can from where you are. Don't accept every limit. All right.
Nice.
There you go. I mean, I know there's a lot of. Oh well, you know what, Robin? I'm sorry to. This is good. Robin's still trying to figure out how to put her hair up. You've Chiara's got a video of doing that with I can't remember what it was called, but there you go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've got a few of those videos.
yeah.
But don't. I think the thing is, they see the videos and I feel like I can't figure it out. And then like there's days when I still takes me like a long time to figure it out.
Yeah. Wow. So what like is I mean, you're kindly your daily routine. Do you have a routine? Or you just kind of get up and go about, or
I don't really have a daily routine. It depends
okay.
on what I need to do. So sometimes I'll film some YouTube videos or some Instagram. Sometimes I go to work and with my parents. No, I don't really have a daily routine. I
Yeah.
mean, the only really consistent thing is that I do swimming. So I have certain days where I have to go to swim practice, but that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
such great therapy. Is it warm water? Just because I when I was in therapy, it was so hot, the water, and they had a treadmill in the pool, so I can learn to walk. And even when you fall, nothing happens because you're in
Yeah.
the water. But
No, it's cold. It's getting a pool. Here's your set. I wrote on the board. Do that. Swim. Why are you chatting? Stop chatting with your friend. Get back to swimming.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very much
yeah, that's great. You do that. That's
that kind of swimming.
yeah, that's good. Are you using your right hand or
No,
doing
so
that?
I swim with my left hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I try to use my right hand because typically, if I'm doing just my left hand, I'm going in a circle.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but yeah. So Robin, look at Chiara's one-handed life and look up those videos, the hair ones, because I have no issue with the hair, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but wow. So I mean, what else did we leave out of your story? Because I know a lot of people say, ah, I knew I was going to say that, but it was usually too late.
I don't know. I think there's so much with me. It's like it's hard to
Yeah,
know kind of what to put in because it's hard.
yeah, and you do your videos um, every day, right?
I'm trying to get more consistent, but yeah, like I try and do it like every day. Maybe like I try and post a video once a week.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. And you do your own editing for that, or you just do it?
Yeah, I do my own editing.
Good. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's good. Good for you. So, um, trying to think what else. There, I know other questions, but I don't usually because they're typically for the older ones. So, what was the? I think we talked about it. How do you take care of yourself physically and emotionally today? I think we talked pretty much about that
Yeah.
because yeah, your physical part is you pretty much got that down.
I think yeah.
Yeah, that's so let's see. I knew there was because you're very resilient. You just like I keep going back to Jim because Jim said you were so positive and so is there anything else that you have or anything else? Is there anything that you have any difficulty with? Because it seems
Cooking.
like you're overcome with pretty much everything.
Cooking. I can't cook.
Oh, really?
And I won't cook. It's not like I can't, I won't. Like I don't know if it's because my friends like cooking, so they do it, and I'm like, well, then I don't need to learn, and like other people like doing it, so I'm like, I've never really had to learn. But no, cooking, I struggle with pans, lifting
Yeah.
stuff out of ovens. Reading the back of a packaging is just like the struggle first.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've already got that struggle, you've already got rest, so I'm like, I've given up at the first hurdle.
Yeah. Because you mentioned that you had you don't wear any reading glasses.
No.
No, because oh, that's right. I was going to say is one of my therapy classes. There's Jim.
Hi, Jim.
I think that's who I was talking about. But you mentioned about your parents cook or your mom and dad. They cook, so why would you need to cook? It's like I went one of my therapy classes a long time ago. Well, let's learn to cook. And I'm thinking, my wife cooks for me. You know, it's not going to help. I'm going to make a mess if I have to use my affected hand. It's going to be a disaster waiting to happen. So
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't like it, so I don't want to learn. And I think it's really bad. You can just have delivery. Like that's like
Totally understand.
it's just not my thing, so I just don't do it.
Yeah, just stick to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see what else. Man, you have done such an amazing job. I mean, because I watch your videos and I feel like I know you because of that. You know, because you
Yeah.
talk and it's great. You're very open about it.
Yeah. I try and be open about it. I think I am quite open about it.
Yeah, authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know one thing what would you tell somebody who's going through a stroke? I mean, actually, it could be for like us, not for the younger. But what would you tell someone that's going through a stroke? I mean, is, don't give up. I mean, well, I won't put words in your mouth, but
I mean, I think don't give up is a good one, but I think if you've had a stroke, because I get questions like this because I do a series where I answer people's questions, and I've had a question like this before, and I've always struggled with this question because I can't remember my stroke. So I think saying don't give up is a great thing to say, but I think I could understand why you'd want to. You know, I can see both sides. I'm very much I can see both sides of every argument.
right.
Um, I would say don't give up, and I would say keep going, and maybe like I don't know, like take like the little win. So like if you like reach for something with your other hand now, that's good, or with your hand that's affected, with your hand that has a stroke, that's good. Or you know, if you never regain the use of your hand, that's fine too. I think just take it one day at a time and
Yeah,
take maybe the little wins. I think that's all that I could
yeah,
really
yeah,
say.
yeah. Celebrate those small little victories,
Yeah.
the little wins. So true. So
Doesn't have to
true.
be like the biggest win. Like you walked 2 steps instead of one or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I agree. Uh, Serena, it's right there. It's Chiara's One-Handed Life. I put it right down below for Chiara's YouTube channel. So check it out. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. It's a very inspiring and authentic YouTube channel. So
Thank you.
very good. So any last words you want to say? We're like about close.
I don't think so. No. That's always hard, like any
It
last
is.
one.
I know. I know. I hate when I was interviewed. I just mumble my way through this.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yes, I see. Kevin, have a safe drive. But Chiara, I really appreciate you being on the show, and I know that you're busy, and so
Oh, you.
made time to do this. So I thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate everybody out here um, that made comments and asked questions. So
Yeah,
thank you so much, you guys. So really appreciate it. You guys have a great Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday already.
I know.
Oh, yeah, because you're 6 hours ahead of me. I think
Yeah,
somewhere around
yeah.
there. Um,
It's
yeah. So
4:30 here.
yeah. So all right, Chiara. I, and I haven't butchered your name anymore since
No,
Chiara. I think I
Chiara.
said, but I'm sure you've been called that before when I said Chiara, but Chiara,
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful name. So
Thank.
yeah, absolutely. You have a great day. Everybody have a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, we will see